It's Jill K, functional nutritionist and owner of Down to Earth Wellness. I'll just give it a second to go live and hook up. And hopefully the Wi-Fi is good enough because I am at a different spot today and the Wi-Fi is not as good, but we're going to try it anyway. So I am going to do a quick IG live. We're going to talk about, are you feeling burnt out? Maybe you've been told that you're fine, everything looks fine, but you don't feel fine. So what should you do next? So that is what we're going to be talking about. So let me know, does it sound like you or can you relate? Maybe you are feeling tired. I have my notes here, so don't mind me looking away. Maybe you're feeling tired, exhausted, fried, frazzled, burnt out, stressed. You're pressing snooze more in the morning. Maybe you're not sleeping as well. You're dragging your butt through the day. You're feeling sluggish. You need more coffee. You're dealing with headaches. Your hormones feel out of whack. Maybe cravings are bad. Maybe there's a bunch of symptoms and you've gone to your doctor or your primary health practitioner and you've done tests or you've talked to them and they say everything looks good, everything sounds fine, nothing shows up on the blood work, had your thyroid checked, everything looks okay. So where else should you look? Where should you go from here? I don't again know your personal situation or what you're going through or what you've dived into, but I want to share some key tips so you can start looking into to dig deeper. And maybe you've also been told, things look good. Maybe it's just age. Maybe you're just stressed. Maybe you just need to rest more or come back when there's more symptoms. Maybe you've been told those things. Let me know. I'm not 100% sure. Whatever you've been told, we can always dig deeper and look further. If you're still feeling tired or fatigued and burnt out and frazzled, we can definitely dig deeper into some key areas. So let me just get my place on my notes here because I'm organized. So you guys already know me. I'm Jill K. I'm a functional nutritionist. I work a lot with burnt out women who want more energy, who want more calm, who want to feel their best. And I do that in a functional and holistic approach. So what I want to say is feeling burnt out and exhausted is not normal. It's a sign that we have to dig deeper. Having chronically low energy, in your body if you're not feeling like you used to feel or as good as you want to feel, it's not normal and we can do things about it. So you can have sharp focus, you can have more energy, you can have calm, lower stress, you can have that. So it's not normal to be dragging your butt throughout the day and needing those cups of coffee and those sugary snacks to keep you going. We don't want to have to rely on those things to have normal energy just to get throughout a day. Or maybe you need a nap in the middle of the day. We don't want to have that. We want you to have really good, consistent energy, good moods, good cravings, a good appetite, and the energy to go do stuff that you love and good sleep. We want those things for you, and I think we can achieve that. We just got to look at some key areas. So these are the areas to look at. If you haven't looked at these areas yet, let's start here. These are foundational pieces. We can always do more blood work. We can get you to your healthcare practitioner, look at other targeted blood work, lab tests. We can totally dig into that more, maybe look at specifically certain areas in lab testing. But these areas are foundational pieces to look at if you're feeling burnt out and stressed out and fried. So if you have a pen and paper, take some notes. Number one is listen to your body, the signs and the symptoms that it is telling you. Your body speaks to you in the language of symptoms. It's going to let you know when something is feeling imbalanced or not, where it should be. Your body's going to tell you in the language of symptoms. If we mask those symptoms and ignore them, the symptoms are going to get louder, right? Start banging on that door louder. If we just ignore the headache and take Advil and we Band-Aid everything and just ignore the symptoms, like anything that's happening, we just ignore it, those symptoms are going to get louder. So it's really important to bring in that awareness and tune in. What is our body telling us? Why do I have that headache? Why is my skin breaking out in a rash? Why are my seasonal allergies getting worse? Why am I more tired? Why? And of course, we'll deal with it and make it better. We want to feel better, but let's start asking why and tuning into those signs and symptoms. You are your own health advocate. Your body knows best and you know best. So if someone says, hey, you're fine, you don't feel fine, trust your body because you know your body more than anyone else. And if you felt fine a year ago and now you don't feel like you used to feel, you know that, right? Because I don't know how you feel. I don't know how you feel a year ago. So you really know your own body, and it's really important to tune in, bring in that awareness like a muscle, strengthen that body intuition, and listen to your signs and symptoms of your body. Even keep a journal if you want to. And sorry if my dog is loud in the background, and hopefully Everything in the background is nice and tidy. You never know. There's compost, there's kitchen stuff. I like a tidy house, but it is Friday, so, sometimes things get a little messy. So number 2, dig deeper with a wellness practitioner, whoever your wellness practitioner is, or if you have a new one, or if you have a comprehensive or collaboration approach. I love that when doctors work with naturopaths work with nutritionists work with doctors, yada, yada. We can really have some magics and synergy when we work together, and have really good results for clients. So dig deeper with your wellness practitioner. Are you having chronic gut issues, poor digestion? Let's get a gut test, maybe a GI map, which is what I do in the functional world. Really good gut testing. Have you had your hormones or your adrenals examined with your doctor or primary care practitioner? Maybe we can do a Dutch test and really see how your hormones are looking, how your adrenals, how your thyroid are looking based on that test. Again, I never diagnose, I don't treat disease, but these tests are really nice guides. They can guide us and guide your wellness plan based on your symptomology. And kind of can tell a story. And when you tell me, or if I talk to clients and they say these things are going on, these tests can be really insightful. Also getting blood work. Have you had any recent blood work in the last 6 months? Work with someone to get blood work. How's your iron? How's your B12? How is your fasting blood sugar? How's your blood sugar levels? How is your thyroid? Have you only had TSH checked, or have you had a full thyroid panel? Because TSH doesn't always show the full picture for a lot of people. So that kind of stuff we have to look at. Let's dig deeper. And also when we look at blood work, the functional lab ranges are much tighter. We have a smaller lab range. So you might be in a low normal range, like your iron is normal, but it's very low normal. Whereas in the functional world, we have tighter ranges. We'd like you to be in the optimal range. Vitamin D, we like to see in the optimal range. B12, iron, those kind of things, optimal range. So we have tighter ranges. So that can change how things look too. So that's my tip number 2, is dig deeper with a wellness practitioner. Get some testing done if there's some kind of puzzle going on and you're not getting results, or you're not feeling different and maybe you've tried diet changes or lifestyle changes. Let's dig a little deeper. My dog. Hi, Garf. Okay, so we want to see how the thyroid is. We want to see how the adrenals are. The adrenals are really in charge of our stress response in the body, our nervous system. When we're in fight or flight mode and chronic stress, we got to look at how the adrenals are doing, because they can be in overdrive mode, they can be in burnout mode, and we really have to love up on those adrenals. Let me just see. I hope I'm live. Yeah. Okay, good. Never know. I hope this internet is holding up. It's satellite internet. So it kind of has to go out to the planet and back, which is pretty good for only having like a couple second delay to go all the way outside of Earth and back. Impressive, but I'm still going to complain about it. So number 3, how often are you eating and are you digesting well? Are you skipping meals? Are you skipping breakfast? Are you skipping lunch? Are you going more than 4 or 5 hours without a meal? Are your meals balanced with protein, fat, and fiber, which is what I do in my Wild Energy Deep Dive program. I'll help you to balance your meals and balance your blood sugar. So are you eating consistently? And are those meals balanced that make you feel the best you can be? Because that will support your energy, your adrenals, your hormones. And are you digesting well? Because we aren't just what we digest, but we are what we absorb. So if you're not absorbing your nutrients because you're not digesting well, we've got to look upstream and work on your digestion. Are there some gut bugs messing with your digestion? Do you have bloating, gas, heartburn, skin issues, hormonal issues? We have to dial in your digestion and optimize your digestion so that you're breaking down your food well, absorbing it well, and getting all those nutrients. For example, if you don't have sufficient stomach acid, you're not going to be breaking down your protein. And then if you don't break down your protein, those are the building blocks of our body, our bones, our skin, our hair, our nails. So look at your nails. How is the nail health? We can tell a lot by these little things. We need to break down protein into amino acids. We also have our happy brain chemicals, and all our brain chemicals rely on neurotransmitters, which come from amino acids, which come from proteins. So we have to break down our proteins. So you can see how digestion is so important, right? Also, if we don't have good digestive enzymes, good bowel production, we won't digest our fats. So we can have issues there, or lack of good enzymes, or not digesting well, we won't digest our carbohydrates. We can have really low energy. So we really have to optimize digestion and make sure that microbiome of your gut is happy and healthy, and just optimizing digestion. Really good health starts in the digestive tract. So I can help you with that. I always work with clients. We always zero in on digestion, and also digging in, is there any gut bugs? Have you had parasites or H. pylori or things going on in your gut that are not feeling good, and you haven't felt consistent or had a really happy digestion in a long time? We have to dig deeper there. So that's tip number 3. How often are you eating? Are you eating balanced meals? And are you digesting your food well? I guess those are going to be two different tips, but we'll just keep them as one. Next thing we have to consider is how's your sleep? Are you sleeping the 7 to 9 hours? That usually helps people feel their best, the sweet spot of 7 to 9 hours where our body has the time to do that recuperation work, that repair work, that restorative work. I feel like my hands are oily because I was just putting on that Joyous Health body butter. Sorry, I'm looking in the video. Hopefully they're not too greasy. My hands are so dry, so dry. So sleep is really, really important. We have to restore your sleep. The sweet spot is getting to bed by 10:30 at the latest, because when you're getting high quality sleep before midnight, that's really restorative for the adrenals and for the nervous system and for the body. Your brain does its filing of its work, and its filing detoxification in the lymphatic system. It's got to throw away the garbage in your brain. We need sleep to do that. Your body does so much work with its immune system when we sleep. So we really have to optimize your sleep. So if you're wired but tired, maybe you're waking up in the middle of the night, you're sluggish in the morning, you can't get out of bed, we have to look at that and we have to address that, and we start there. These are some key areas to start, and I can help you with that. From looking at your blood sugar balance, your stress levels, your cortisol awakening response in the morning. If you're not able to wake in the morning, we have to look at how your sleep quality is, how that whole picture ties together, because getting in that restorative sleep is really going to help you have that additional energy, support your nervous system. And then again, looking at your stress levels, tip number 5, how is your stress? We have good stress, we have bad stress. Stress helps us become resilient. We have to be resilient to stress, but when our stress is too high and it's chronic, it can start to break us down. It's like lifting a weight over and over and over again. At first, you're going to get stronger, right? You're going to get some more muscle, but over a while or over time, the muscle is going to start fatiguing and atrophying and breaking down because we just keep using it and using it and using it. So with stress, it's great that we have it sometimes and we're resilient, but we have chronic ongoing stress. It's going to start to wear us down and break down our systems and our body systems and our adrenals. So we really have to look at your stress levels. What are the sources of stress? What is the root of your stress? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it your diet that's actually a form of stress? Say with processed foods, processed fats, lots of sugar, imbalanced blood sugars. Is it environmental? Is it lots of toxins? We have to look at all the different forms of stress and then start lowering them and processing them and emptying that bucket every day. The bucket of stress, we have to open the pathways, detoxify that stress every day. And that is really what I do in my Wild Energy Deep Dive program. And then number 6 is consider your timeline and slope of health. This is really interesting because I usually do a timeline when I work with clients, but let's look at from now, where you're at now, to in the past, how you felt before. Let's see what was popping up on your timeline, or your storyline of your health. How are you feeling as a kid? How are you feeling as a teenager? How are you feeling now? What has changed? When did your energy start to change? What factors were at play? When you felt really, really great, what did life look like then? How is it different? What were you doing? How are you eating? What has changed to now? So we do form a timeline, and that's really, really helpful because when it comes to the slope of health, we look at health like a slope. You're really, really healthy up top. You don't have any symptoms. You don't need medication. And then down at the bottom, you're really not feeling good, not feeling your best. There's maybe dis-ease. There's diagnoses. There's surgeries. And somewhere in the middle, there's our journey of going towards that slope of health, going down the slope of health. More symptoms, more medication, maybe diagnoses. We're going down the slope of health. We can also look at it like we can move ourselves back up that slope of health towards optimal health. But this is where the timeline comes in handy, is where are you on the slope of health? And I get my clients to look at the slope of health with me and see what factors are contributing, what's changed in their timeline, stress, life, moving, jobs, having a family, whatever might be at play. And we really analyze that. So that's really important, is start assessing your timeline, what's changed in your life when these symptoms started to crop up, and kind of consider where you are on the slope of health. Are you having more and more symptoms? Maybe you need more Advil or painkillers or medication, and let's start digging into that. And the last suggestion I have too off the top of my head here is how are your hormones and environment? So from stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, to your sex hormones, estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. How are your hormones? Are you having hormonal imbalances? Are you feeling like you are? Even guys too. Are you having bad PMS, bad cycles, PCOS, endometriosis, fibroids, cysts, irregular cycles, perimenopause, estrogen dominant type symptoms? Are you having anything like that? Skin issues, irritability, longer cycles, shorter cycles? What are your hormones telling us that might be going on? Are there hormonal changes that have happened? Because that can totally impact your energy, and we got to look at why that's happening, what we can do to support it with food, lifestyle, smart supplementation, as well as we look at your environment. Has your environment changed? Or where are you working? Where are you living? Are there lots of toxins or things that you're around that you have to constantly detoxify? Garbage lighting, poor air quality, new carpeting, new chemicals. Maybe you're in a place that does a lot of painting, or you're a painter. There's a lot of chemicals your body has to detoxify. Or even just in an office with the garbage lighting, the fluorescent lights, the chemicals that come off the printers, the chemicals that come off of carpets, whatever else they might be doing at the office. There's a lot of different chemicals sometimes in offices that can impact our energy and our overall health, even our thyroid actually. Because certain chemicals, fluoride, chlorine, bromine, they compete for the receptor sites of iodine, and we need iodine for our thyroid. So if we're drinking lots of chlorinated water and we're in a new car with that new car smell, that's bromine. Those can compete for our iodine receptors. So that's something to consider too, is how's your thyroid, how's your energy? Where'd my screen go? Disappeared on me. We have to look at all of that, and then always consider your environment and how can we optimize your environment, detoxify your environment. There's only so many things we have control over, but we try to optimize what we do have control over and support your environment, even your home environment, from opening the windows to let fresh air in, to cleaning the air, to changing the lights a little bit so that you can sleep better at night, to turning the Wi-Fi off at night or having a timer on it, keeping your phone on airplane mode. These little things can really help your energy, your body detoxification, your overall health, your stress hormones, everything. So those are my 7 things to consider. Just to recap, number 1, really listen to your body signs and symptoms. You are your own health advocate. Your body knows, so listen to it. Number 2, dig deeper with a wellness practitioner. Get appropriate testing, assessments. Let's dig in. Let's look at lab work. Let's look at the gut test. Let's look at the Dutch test. Let's look at functional ranges. Number 3, how often are you eating? How balanced are your meals? And are you digesting them and breaking them down well? And then number 4, how's your sleep? How can we optimize that sleep and support your sleep? Number 5, how are your stress levels? Let's process that stress. Let's empty the bucket every day. Number 6, consider the timeline of your health concerns and the slope of health. Number 7, how are your hormones? How is your cycle? What are your hormones telling you? How's the environment that you're living in, working in, traveling in, things like that? Hi everybody, thanks for joining. And let's start there. And if you're not feeling your best, you're dealing with fatigue, we're going to start looking at those key areas and digging deeper. So if you're interested in learning more and you want to get to the bottom of your fatigue, you want to start optimizing your energy, you want to have some wild energy so that you feel really good this year, let me know. Let me know if you have any questions, and you can always book a free strategy call with me. The link's in my bio on Instagram. And yeah, you can book a call, we can chat and go through your health concerns and kind of go from there. And I can explain my Wild Energy Deep Dive program as well. So that's what I want to talk to you about. If you have any questions, let me know. We definitely always want to dive into adrenal health, thyroid health, hormone health, food, lifestyle, you name it, we got to dig into it. Thank you for joining my IG Live. And yeah, I'll hang out for one more minute if you have any questions. Thank you. Thanks for watching. All right, that's it for today. You can catch the recording. I'll have it ready soon. And yeah, let me know if there's any topics you'd like me to talk further about. Just shoot me a DM or a message on Instagram. I try to do an IG Live every couple weeks. Also, to let you know, if you want to learn more, you can always grab my Fatigue Fix checklist. That's a freebie with lots of recipes and awesome suggestions on how you can start fixing your fatigue right away. And I'm going to be doing a masterclass, Chaos to Calm, Stress Reduction, Improving Your Energy masterclass here in May. So stay tuned for that. I'll have more info on it soon. My dog is snoring right now. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, Lindsay. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? Have a good one.